Hello and welcome to the podcast. Every moment is sacred, where we interweave meditation and healing into everyday life. I am your host, Rain Elizabeth Stickney. Now, let us begin. Hey, welcome back. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Today is Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and I am going to share something a little different with you today. I am taking a short pause, only for today. It won't be long. But usually on Fridays, I share a healing conversation with you, and I actually have a bunch to share with you. They're all great episodes, and they're in the process of being edited. And I did not want to share a conversation with you today. I wanted to take a chance to be a voice of self-care. In the last 6 months, I have spent more online time than I ever have in my life. And it has been a great adventure, and I'm so grateful. And I do love technology. And the balance of technology and face-to-face work has really been altered for me over the pandemic and recently with some new online endeavors like podcasting. And I need to get back to the face-to-face, back to the in-person work. And so I am swinging the tide the other way by just making a short message to you here and announcing that my twice weekly podcast is going to become a once weekly podcast. So beginning next week on Wednesday, there will be an episode, and then Wednesdays after that, and we'll see how that goes. I could pivot again. Please let me know what you would like. You can always email me meditation@rainelizabeth.org. You can let me know if you like twice weekly, if you would prefer once weekly, if you like the meditation journeys, if you like the healing conversations. And a third intention that I had with this show was to share my story, my life story, which one day could become a book, an autobiographical work. But for now, it could be part of what I share here on the show. You can hear a lot about my life on the other shows that I'm on because I've been interviewed a number of times. And on my website, there is a podcast page, and it both features this show as well as the other shows that I have been a guest on. My website is rainelizabeth.org. And if you click on the podcast tab, you will be led to all the podcasting information. So, self-care is necessary for me in my work as a meditation instructor, as a healer, as a spiritual counselor, as a parent and family coach. All the work I do relies on me taking excellent care of myself. Now, I love technology. I love that I get to speak with you. I love experimenting and trying new things. And I also love just being outdoors and not recording anything and not taking any pictures. And, part of podcasting is also being alive on social media and highlighting parts of one's work and one's life in a way that builds and grows an audience. And I love all of that. And I also love me. I love privacy. I love just being in the garden because I want to, or playing with the bunny because I love the bunny, or having some family time with my son or partner or both, or friends or other family, just for the heck of it. And all of that is self-care for me, as well as cooking as well as cleaning, as well as creating sacred spaces. I was just interviewed today for Sarah Kostelnik's show, Mind, Body, Home, which is it's a wonderful show. And it was a really fun conversation to have. And we spoke about sacred spaces in the home. What are some ways that you like to take care of yourself? What are your self-care practices? I love to journal. I love to draw. I love to meditate. That is no surprise. I love to laugh. I love to see shows on stage. I love to watch movies. I love to watch nature. All of these things nourish my soul. So I offer you the permission if you need it. If you don't need it, great. Just go out there and do it. Take care of yourself. Have some self-care today and every day. You deserve it. You're worth it. There are many ways to say it, but the most important thing is that you are intact with who you truly are. And that is true for me too, that I am intact, in touch with, connected with, moving from and with the truth of my being. So stay tuned. Next Wednesday, we will start again with either a healing conversation or a meditation journey or some of my personal story. It will be a surprise. There are a number of podcasters I really love and admire in the podcasting world. And the first podcast I really fell in love with is called The Longest, Shortest Time. And that was a show about being a mother and what it's like to become a mother. And my son was young at the time. He was probably around 1. And that show made me cry because I needed to cry. And when he would go to sleep for his nap, I would listen to that show and have a moment of reverie around what does it mean to be a mom? Another show I truly love is On Being with Krista Tippett. I find her to have the most amazing conversations with people that I wouldn't normally come across, and also some of my heroes. The way that she conducts conversation and interviews is really enriching for me. I learned so much from that show. I also love Tara Brock's show. She is a meditation and mindfulness teacher, and she has a way of sharing conversations and meditations interchangeably that inspires me to move my show one day a week and do both, to have conversations, to have meditation journeys, and perhaps my life will show up here and there as well. So it's an experiment. Another show that I really love is Kathy Heller's show. And her show used to be called Don't Keep Your Day Job. I think that's what it's called. And then she changed the name recently to, I think it's called The Kathy Heller Show or The Kathy Heller Podcast or something like that. But Kathy Heller is actually who I learned podcasting from. So her team taught me how to use all of this technology and create something to put out there in the world so that you can listen to it. And I'm forever grateful to her and her team because I get to do this. I really needed the help to learn how to do this, and I got the help from her. She also has amazing conversations with people, and she offers some of her own insights into life through mini episodes, some long, some short. So all of those podcasts, I recommend you checking out. There are a ton of amazing podcasts, and I have a lot of amazing podcasting friends who you get to hear from on this show. But listening has become a mainstay in this world for many of us. We can drive and listen. We can wash dishes and listen. We can take notes and listen. We can listen and meditate. We can listen for the sake of listening. There's so much wonderful material out there. Go find it and come back on Wednesday and find out what I have in store for you. I am so excited. Coming up with some of the conversations, we have a health and wellness coach, Emily Geiser. We have a psychotherapist, Nikki Kurtner. We have a woman named Christina Summers who is sharing her healing journey. Who else do I have lined up? I have lots of meditations to share. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for being here. And I will be with you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for listening. It has been a great joy to have your presence here in this podcast. I welcome you to celebrate the joy and wisdom in your life exactly as it is. And I welcome you to feel loved, fully loved, exactly as you are. www.rainelizabeth.org